Sing it. Oh yeah. So today we're gonna talk about things that Kenyans do that they think is completely normal. Yeah. What do you mean?
You ready? You ready?
Things Kenyans do that they think is completely normal, but it isn't. And why, you ask, should we talk about it in Kenyans? We both grew up. We didn't really grow up in Kenya per se. There's just, we don't fit in anymore. It's so sad. When we came back, there's completely, everything was changed, and there's just some things that Kenyans do that they think is normal, but they really aren't normal at all. We're gonna start with the first one. How people change in the streets in Kenya. You get really amazing cheap clothes in the streets. But now what's so funny is because people change. Or even, have you ever seen people trying for bras?
Hey, Mama, come on, get a heel.
And it's a man selling the bras.
Of course, but then they're used to it.
That's the thing, that's the thing about the streets in Kenya. Kenyans are hustlers. They're really hustlers. They look like they're just selling clothes, but bro, moolah that's coming out of their cash money. So anyways, the other thing that we were laughing at, mostly for ladies, is that there's these Hiki boys in the streets. There's some Hiki boys in the streets, and they just look at you and they're like, yeah, that's the one. That's my future one. And then they ask you have you finished school and everything?
So, I have been to the University of Eldoret. I kid you, there's a guy recently I met, and he was just he was telling me all his details, his life, as if it's a CV.
Hey, I'm the right husband for you. You look like you need a husband now. Come here. You just come like this.
Boom.
They come they're so bold. That's the word. Yeah, but then I've always wondered, I was even asking my mom, so when they come to you like that, are there actually girls that accept it?
That's another aspect. As girls, because
I'm I've never seen you in my life. You're coming here with your whole CV, so I'll be like, yay!
No, but there's this politeness. If you are polite and you come and you're like, hi, my name is this and this, I'd like to know you. Okay, not like that.
It's still weird for me.
I'm a bit too busy, but then if you're to meet in a church group or something,
yeah,
or a friend circle,
yes,
I cannot have you staring at me. It becomes now creepy.
Yeah, and I think both, even in friendships here in Kenya, people are so bold. They come to you like, hey, what's your name? Tell me about yourself. They're very bold. Just be ready for Hiki boys. And I don't know, if you're a Hiki boy watching this video, stop it. Just stop it. It's weird. Kenyans are so loud. They're so loud.
Do you know what? Fun fact. We are the loudest house on the block. And in our family, Makiu.
In Rwanda, you mean?
Yeah. Rwanda. We are very introverted. But then
it's true.
We're the ones everyone knows us there in our block.
I think, honestly, we moved to a very quiet place, very quiet and everything, but it's not quiet compared to Rwanda, because Rwanda is super quiet. It's so quiet. I think even as a Kenyan, if you go to Rwanda, that's the first thing
I stay in my house, in our house you stay, and then we're like, okay, now we need to go and see what's outside there.
Yeah.
If people are I have this neighbor, up to today, I've never seen him.
Me too.
I have never seen a man.
I don't know how my neighbors ever look like. That's in your country. People are so, and I love it. I love it so much.
They're both good guys.
Yeah,
we're not saying
I
that
love it.
One culture is bad, one is.
I love it because of that specific thing. Because they're loud and they don't care. They're loud and they love it.
They bring life.
In a party now. When you have a party, we have a proper party, a proper one. It's fun and everything. Yeah, it's really amazing. Kenyan. Now we're talking about the Uber drivers. Actually, everyone. People talk like they know you, your best friends, or they're your auntie, or your uncle.
And then a conversation pops out of nowhere.
I think we're conversationalists. We are.
I was entering an Uber recently, and the guy just starts talking to me.
And
you're you have, even though it's not a matter of age or maturity or anything, but then like the guy can strike up a conversation.
Exactly.
And you find yourself flowing. Like
we're family, we're one big family.
I remember this time I was going to make my hair in Kenya, and then actually I'd called you as God gone in the Uber. So the Uber I had called, it was like around 7, and here traffic starts like very early. So that time it was quite late. So the guy cancelled my ride. I asked like a guard there,
A guard.
I was like, can I get an Uber around here? And that time I was very like, my heart was pounding. I was a bit scared because I knew this was wrong. Because in Kenya, Kenya's not like Rwanda. In terms of security, you don't just go and talk to anyone. Yeah. So I went, and then the guy showed me a taxi. And then I enter the taxi, I tell the guy my location. I was like, okay, can we go here? And the guy's like, okay, wait for me in the car. And he locks all the doors. At that point, I was like, Kusha Mimi, I'm done. So I text Kaylin, I had a few bundles left. I was like, in case this happens, I sent her my PIN, and I was like, tell my mom I'm alive or dead or whatever. So the guy enters, and then we ride. He's a bit quiet. And then he starts talking. And then he becomes comfortable. Like, he was even like, the only reason I drove you was because I saw you're a young girl. That's the only reason.
You said that?
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy.
No, like, he saw I was young, and then I looked desperate, like, I looked like... He was like, you're like, I saw you like someone's daughter.
People force you to sell. They sell things to you whether you like it or not. You can be walking in the streets.
In Kenya?
You can be walking in the streets. You were never planning to buy mangoes. You really were never planning. You were just chilling.
That is true. And there are things we bought even as we don't know where they are. We just look at them and we're like,
someone is like, please buy these mangoes are the tastiest yellow mangoes you will ever see in your entire life. They're the ones that came from the tree, they flew, everything.
There's this time, I remember I was a bit here. I was around 9, 10, and with my mom in the streets. And then this guy, I think he was, a musician who was starting up. And then he had this CDs.
2 CDs,
And then, by the way, this coming generation will not understand that show this. So there's these 2 CDs. And the guy comes, and then he's like, buy nice music. And the music is in a different language. And so we don't understand it. Remember, we don't understand it. Because like, please. And then he said talking other things, and then we found ourselves buying it.
You just buy it.
We're like, okay, so
how do we start? Like, even clothes. You were never planning to buy the pants. They're not even your size.
They don't even fit you.
Yeah.
But
you're just going to buy it.
You're like, okay. And then your money just comes.
It just comes
from nowhere.
And it's like they know you have it.
So they know you have it. So you just remove it. Like, this sweater my mom bought for me. I've never worn it up to like.
On the other side, Kenyans negotiate. There's never a fixed price. I feel like even at credit airtime, somebody can just negotiate. Like, no. Even in a supermarket, no. Do you know my mom's, like, she negotiated in a supermarket for a bike? I'm like, Mom, it's a supermarket. Like, it has a fixed price.
We also did that.
Funny. Yeah.
Oh, my brother, like, my was like, we can't buy it at this. And then you're like, and there's this gift we have as Kenyans.
Yeah.
When you're negotiating, all of a sudden the money you have is lower than
what, yeah.
So you're like, I think tomorrow
I could have bought it, but
then in Rwanda, like, I think Kenyans are known for negotiating.
Yes.
Like when you're going on a
we are trouble, man.
You're like, no, it can't
be 500.
It cannot be 500. It has to be 2.
You're like
a tomato.
The poor tomato. The woman just wants to sell her tomato, but Kenyans, they won't let you. It's like a Kenyan thing that doesn't leave you.
You will always want to negotiate. You'll always see the price has not
hurts you. It just hurts you if you don't. There's so many places to go.
Please. I think that's one of the reasons I miss Kenya.
Yeah.
Because, okay, there's family and all.
Yeah.
But then, like, there's so many places you can go with your family, with your friends. And also, there's so much you can do.
There's so many endless things. Like, if you want rock climbing, if you want to go to Masai Mara, if you want to go to Mombasa.
If,
like, wherever you go, even in Nairobi itself, there are really like fun, amazing things to do, which we take for granted. I think Kenyans don't realize how much
freedom we have.
Like today I'm like, oh, today I'm feeling myself to go here. And then you go. And then it comes in different prices.
Yeah, there are different
that you can have fun in whatever budget you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Like just because you don't have this amount of money doesn't mean that, because that's how Kenyans do it. We are hustlers. I love how you can still be stylish. Even if you're not having the money, you can still be very stylish. Even if you don't have like thousands of dollars on your account, you can just be killing it at the end.
Fashion is the topic on its own.
Yeah,
Come here, bro.
I'm telling you. You're not ready. See, what are you watching? Fashion icons. Live Kardashians. Come here.
You will know.
You will see fashion. But yeah, for like in reality, like there are many, like, as much as I'm saying that there are cheap things, I like it because, like, let's say I don't have so much money, I can still be able to be fashionable, even though I'm broke out. Even if my money is like,
say it.
My money is like, woo! If you know you sell clothes, second-hand clothes, thrift clothes, talk to us. And then secondly, we love you. I love the thrifting in Kenya. It's amazing because you can get whatever you want for, like, I mean, I love thrift clothes, so it's amazing, like how you can get all types of thrift clothes from wherever and stuff. Like, it's just endless. How men hold hands in Rwanda? I don't understand that. Kenyans have toxic masculinity. You can't, even this is just like, you know, if they're like this, they're okay.
What are you saying? Oh! Like, you guys, the first time I saw a guy holding someone else's another guy's waist,
I was so, that tripped me out. Main thing, like when you come to Kenya, that's the first thing you're gonna see as long as you're in the streets, is the Matatus. So the Matatu culture is very honestly, it's so crazy how, like,
crazy,
isn't it? So there's a lot to the Matatu culture. So let's start with the loudness. Now, it's very funny because, like, when I came here, because I didn't, like, okay, yes, when I was living here, we used to go to Matatus and everything, but I was so young, I don't think I remembered all these things. Now I come back from the quiet, you know, chill, and then you come here and the loudness of the Matatus, you're like, what is happening?
Like, if you guys thought you need earphones, you know that
those are lies. You know how many times I've carried earphones in a Matatu?
You will not need them.
Yeah,
just put them somewhere and, you know, just
if you didn't watch, I think the more I've gone to Matatus, the more I understood the culture behind the Matatu culture. The more I start, like,
I could hear the vibration of a Matatu that's there. But I can hear the vibration of the music. So I'm like, how are the people
inside even surviving?
One thing, fun fact we found out, Kenyans love this.
Yeah, they love it.
The madness is real.
They love loudness. We are loud, they love loudness. I was told that the younger the person is, the more they like the noise.
Yeah, they
like the I don't know. The old people hate it. The young people love it.
Yeah.
So if you want to know if you're old or young in Kenya, you know where to go. As we are just old people. Me and you, we are old. Graffiti.
I have to respect it though. Wait, I think I'm young.
I like how they don't look down on us. They always war between one Matatu to the next.
Like,
I think for me, when I got to understand the culture, how, like, the Matatus for Ngong and the Matatus for Rongai and the Matatus for Umoja, like, all of them, they are fighting for, like, the best Matatu looking art. Like, and that's so crazy because I've never seen that or heard of it in any other country. I've never seen how people, like, appreciate graffiti, the art. So instead of putting it in the streets, they decide to put a place where like people, creatives, can pour out their art and everything. And it's always funny because you always see there's some which looks so funny. There's some I stuck up Franklin in one, but
and that's holy.
A bleached Congolese guy. So the funny thing is, like, I like how they're not discriminating, like, they don't discriminate between Christian and I've seen Christina Shusho, I've seen
I've even seen
Lauren Daigle. Imagine. And then also even in the music selection, sometimes there's worship music, sometimes there's R&B. Like there's always all
there's
genres.
everything.
There's all genres except rock music.
It's nice. They should just
they
work
like
on
reggae. They like reggae.
By the way, here I don't know if it's an outpouring.
The other thing about Matatus, which I'd never saw coming, in Rwanda, you enter the Matatu like this. You enter, you sit down, you're just like,
and you're like,
let's go to
Kakwambao.
These third people carry. These third people here carry you. Matatus carry you. Like you're walking towards the bus. There are like 50 people waiting for you to get into their cars. So they're like, no, come to my car. No, come to my car. So everyone is literally fighting for you. They carry you and put you in Matatu. If you're not decisive of where you want to go, they're like, come and show you.
Like for real.
Like, come and show you. Savage. I'm like, so if you want to enter Matatu, know where you're going. You look at that Matatu straight in the face.
Oh no.
And walk like this, going to the Matatu, because if you don't know, they're going to help you. They're going to help you. So I think that's the crazy part for me, like how there's so much like noise for them to come to your Matatu. They're always there. Even so that's the other thing. They sell you to go to places even if you don't want to go. So I don't want to go to Rongai. Come to Rongai. I'm not going to go to Rongai. Also, if you drive here, you can become a race course driver. You can become the best. Driving here, everyone has their own rules. There's nothing like the
It's not for the faint-hearted.
There's nothing like Kenyan rules. Everyone has their own rules. If even driving, there's no driving to the left. Everyone just drives to the right or the left.
Traffic.
The funny thing is,
you're a student.
If you are very like, what is it? Like you're mild on the road and stuff like this, you will stay on that road because cars will just keep on going. Yeah, they will live there. They will
assume you want to be there.
Cars here, they just drive. Everyone has their own rules. Everyone in their house, they have commandments on how they're going to drive their own road.
Do you know, like
there's nothing.
I was like, and just
you hold yourself like, oh my god,
a huge caterpillar just
exactly. I'm like, do you know they have their own roads? But why do they use our roads? I don't understand.
And in Rwanda, if you think you have traffic,
you don't know. It's just
traffic to go somewhere
for like an hour, man.
Here to go somewhere, you need a day. If you're going to do something,
you can't do two things.
You can't do 2 or 3 things. You're like, oh, let me go there and then do this.
You're lying to yourself. It's so funny because there's some traffic jams where people just get out of the car. They're like, okay, peace out. Let me just go buy some things here, then I'll come back. And then
do you remember during the COVID lockdown?
Yeah.
Like that time, the curfew. There was a curfew that, by 8. I think it was
by 7 actually.
Yeah. And so there's so many cars that were left. I was looking at the news. Like there were many people who were like, left their cars there.
Think you knew traffic? Yeah, here is where the real traffic
Rwanda is quite luxurious.
Yeah, you're living the best life right now, according to traffic. See, if you've seen yourself in a Matatu graffiti, you've made it in life. We were talking about this with her, and like we realized that basically not living here has shown us so many things. Like we feel out of place sometimes because like when you're living in a different country, when you're living in a different setting, you're always the foreigner, right? Like when you're back there, you're always the foreigner.
I don't like being known as the foreigner here.
Yeah, but now when you come back also, you're also known as the foreigner because like there's some jokes people make and you're not getting. You're like, yeah. So like people can tell like, how comes you don't understand this? Why?
And you're
Kenyan,
English
you all the time.
English all the time. Actually, when I was in Rwanda, I really learned to speak English all the time.
Yeah, because they don't
now
speak
they don't speak Kiswahili. Only unless you have like a few Kenyan friends or something like that to speak Swahili with.
But even them, they're used to speaking in English because there's no one really speaking.
Yeah, there's no one speaking your language.
So when you come back here, like it's almost like you're out of place.
Someone told me I sound British, so I was like,
I know, even me. I was like, what
just happened?
So exactly, and they can tell. Apparently, we have accents when you come back. People say that we have
apparently, and we're the same Africa.
So anyways, it's just like an interesting thing because people don't talk about that. Like it's like reverse culture shock, or is it, what is it? Like you just feel
it's a whole new world, but it makes good. You appreciate all cultures.
Yeah,
like you never know, maybe next time we do this we could be talking about other countries.
It really shows you things like the way we are saying things people really think is normal in Kenya. You get to realize like wow, we really do have cultures. We have different
we
ways
actually
of living life.
have a way of living
Yeah.
life. You come out, it's like they put you come out of the box and
And then
you
you
see things
in
that
our whole
actually happen.
perspective.
It's the same way God sees us, I think.
Yeah.
Like he says sometimes the things we think about
Us
he's
as
like,
human beings, he's like,
I mean, the earth is his footstool. So
yeah.
he's probably looking at us like, I wish.
Are you preaching right now? Are you preaching? My sister is
Let me just
preaching.
stop this for another day. You know, like.
But yeah, that's so true. Like sometimes there's so much friction. Like you'll see a friction happening between somebody else and another person. But that's simply because of how they do life. The way you do life and the way I do life is completely. There's some things also, like, of course, back when, like, back in Rwanda, like, there are some things that I looked at as okay, but here they are not looked at as okay, and there are things that I looked here as okay that are not okay when we go
Let me just put this one out. When I was going back there, when I was going to Rwanda for the first time, I had purple hair. So you see the way in Kenya putting,
colorful
colors is very normal and it's fashion. So when I went there that time, it was quite a long time ago, and that time people had like these bobs, and like I would just come out and everyone is like. So yeah, it makes you appreciate culture.
Actually, that's funny because I was talking to this friend of mine, and the person was telling me how, like, they know Kenyans. They usually know Kenyans by the type of colors we put in your hair. Like the moment they just see colors, they're like, oh, that's a Kenyan.
She's probably from somewhere else.
Or, because us, we're also very like loud in the way we wear. We like colors. We like
popping out in our own way.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. I love that because if you see the street style in Kenya, I'll put some pictures.
It's like dope.
Beautiful. Kenyan brands. Beautiful. But anyways, that's it for today. We're really grateful that you've watched. Yeah, and I hope I'll do this one with my mom in the next video.
Your mom, not me.
Yeah, you won't be here with me. We hope to make part 2 because there are many things. Many things
This makes me want to start a YouTube channel.
Oh, did you hear that? I'm not editing that. So anyways, guys, that's it for today. I love you and bye.
Bye.